Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into this whole U.S. copper situation, you know, the debate on classifying copper as a critical mineral.
Oh, absolutely. It's a hot topic. Copper powers pretty much everything, from our grids to all the tech innovations.
Right, exactly. So, the issue at hand is our heavy reliance on imported copper, and Freeport McMoran, a major player, wants domestic copper to be
Yeah.
tagged as critical. They say it could unlock incentives, including tax credits that could, inject hundreds of millions into the domestic industry.
hmm And that ties into the broader policy moves like President Trump's investigation into potential tariffs on copper imports, which might lower prices for domestic use.
Exactly. But here's something interesting. These tariffs, if imposed, could actually raise costs for industries like EV production or renewable energy.
Yep.
We're stuck between wanting cheaper domestic copper and the risk of price hikes down the line.
And that's a big challenge, right? The US is importing a lot from foreign sources, which, as we know, leaves us vulnerable, especially with geopolitical tensions and even issues like resource nationalism.
Exactly. And if you think about it, it's like um, building a house with the best blueprint, only to realize you don't have the
Mhm.
right materials available locally. You can have all the plans, but without a stable domestic supply, you're in trouble.
But don't you think that investing a mere $500 million, like the recent DOE funding for mining and processing, is a drop in the bucket given the scaling challenges?
Absolutely, I agree. If we look
Yeah.
at the production trends, US output has actually declined slightly, and a heavy concentration in Arizona puts us at risk. It's like putting all your eggs in one basket.
I mean, the global demand is only going to skyrocket, right? With AI data centers and the push for net zero emissions, copper could see a drastic shortage.
Uh huh, exactly. Projections suggest that copper demand might double, and we could face a shortfall possibly reaching millions of metric tons, especially with the AI boom consuming, well, unprecedented amounts.
Right.
And our domestic policies need to catch up.
Now, here's a twist. While Freeport pushes for the critical status to secure a more stable future, some experts, like those cautious voices from Wall Street, argue that mining projects take decades to become profitable.
Yeah, um, that's a fair critique. The investment challenges, long permitting processes, and labor shortages make it a tough nut to
Mhm.
crack. However, it's also worth noting that redesigning our supply chain and boosting domestic production might just be the ticket to long term energy and tech security.
Right? It's this balance between immediate economic pressures and future strategic benefits.
Exactly. It's like you're investing in a marathon, not a sprint. The US really has to weigh these trade offs carefully. And uh, Freeport's move is both a business play and a signal to policymakers that if we don't act soon, we're risking everything from energy grids to, well, national security.
Yes.
National.
So, in the end, we're looking at a situation where domestic policy changes and strategic investments are absolutely necessary to secure our future, huh?
Yep, that's it. Copper isn't just a metal, it's the backbone of our modern infrastructure, and our future depends on getting this right.
Very true. Thanks for the deep dive on this. It's been enlightening.